After sussing out the weathermancers in the floating island, the group has decided to make a stop at Bright to restock before diving into the dark. And I believe that you requested last session some vignettes.
Yeah, some off time. I want to take some off time to get to know the crew better, or each other better, I guess.
Okay. I'd say that docking is Bright is easy enough. You just pull your ship in. They're civil. They're part of the convocation. They receive you well enough. You are a guild ship flying the guild flag. You are all adventurer knights. You're treated with respect. You're given a pretty good spot on the docks.
I don't have any other troubles.
And they promise...
Yeah.
no troubles. You don't get no troubles.
How do they respond to Quigley's, like, piloting style? Because it's probably unorthodox compared to what they expect.
It freaks them out a bit when you like veer up and down whenever you're parking the ship, but it turns out all right, and they're like, okay, I guess maybe there's
Quigley's
nothing to worry
ship
about.
equivalent of double parking always looks like he's about to slam into everyone right before he like perfectly has never even dinged another ship lands in.
All the helpful bees on the ship look panicked, but Don and Clover just have passive grins.
Exactly. So yeah, you. Before you get off the ship, is there... what would you like to do on this island? Are you going to head off the ship and go inland, or are you just going to stick around the docks? Like, what's your plan here?
Is it like a port town?
No, Bright is quite large. It is actually where Clover's from originally. It is, imagine a tall spire, lots of carved buildings, lots of fountains in the richer sections. Water here is scarce, so it is a sign of affluence. That said, they also worship water. Rain users are considered very valuable and are generally regarded well.
Not a place for a bunch of dirt users, then.
It's mostly dirt, so...
There's dirt everywhere.
Hooray, we're commonplace. So, like, is it... What accommodations are around the port? Like, what can we do to hang out here, other than sit around and...
There would definitely be a guild outpost, which you could go to, and they'd be friendly, and they'd help you restock. But that wouldn't really be for unwinding. There would be a couple taverns near the dock. Taverns tend to spring up wherever docks are. There are also probably a couple bakeries and cafes near the docks, because there's going to be... Bright itself doesn't have a whole lot of agriculture. However, it does receive shipments of grain and other assorted baking things. So I imagine those would crop up around the docks just so that they could have an easy way to get access to the goods they need. But of course, if there's something in particular that you're looking for, we could make a play to see if you could find it.
I suggest you find something to help us brave the horrid hellscape of the void.
Clover's right.
Spot on as always, Clover. I was also thinking of maybe finding a place where we could, hang out and talk about things, but that sounds good too. Okay, let's find something to brave the horrid hellscape of the void.
Quigley scans over our worker bees and watches their twittering scared reaction to that descriptor.
You will need several weeks worth of rations as well as cold weather clothing. You'll also need heaters and some pretty powerful lamps.
Ooh.
Your ship is outfitted with some of these things, notably the lamps, but having more would not hurt.
Okay.
You could leave it up to the crew if you would like to. You could also try and get Flaria to do it.
Yeah, maybe we should... Okay, so the crew's probably, like, they're experts at restocking this ship in particular,
They're experts at nothing.
Actually,
Okay.
because of my strong hand, maybe I make a play so that we're over-prepared for whatever we're going to deal with.
Ooh, and then get a bonus cash in the dark. I like that.
That's my thought.
Yeah. Clover, you could stop by the guild outpost and try to convince them to be like, yeah, we're gonna make an expedition into the dark. We need all you got.
Yeah, I can use affluent because I'm secretly pretty rich.
Oh, true.
Don, last name withheld, is always prepared for a trip into the dark. Stops, turns. Clover, please bail me out. I have no idea what a trip into the dark entails.
Don't worry, I'll make sure we're plenty prepared.
Thank you so much.
You guys have fun on your own. I'm going to take care of the hard stuff.
I'm going to go with some of our worker bees and buy parkas for everybody.
Just make sure you get me materials for more cookies tonight.
Will do.
Oh, that actually sounds sweet and fun. I'll come along with that.
Grocery shopping.
Yeah. So, Clover, you are going to go talk to the guild house, and Quigley and Don, you are going to go get
Parkas?
Parkas and cooking
cookie
supplies. Parkas and cookie dough, the classic.
Clover would be able to get the parkas.
Oh, okay.
That's included in.
Yeah, you
what
guys
the guild
literally
can
get to
supply
get
you.
the fun. You guys get to have
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and if we just happen across any stylish winter clothing, we will also pick it up, because we also need to accessorize.
Before all of you depart, are you going to tell the crew to do anything?
Wouldn't the crew be assisting Clover in getting all the supplies? Like, Clover
Carry
can
it
carry
back.
it all back.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're mostly going to be assisting her with carrying the supplies, but, like, there's going to be time between that and after that. And it won't take, like, the whole crew to do that.
Optimizing crew time is another responsibility of being captain.
Can I propose that we give them a seminar on what we as graduates have already learned of the dark, so that we can get a cash on not freaking out when bad things happen in the dark?
I like it.
Right, Quigley, that's brilliant. Okay, our strongest storyteller is going to have to inform them about the dark.
Yes, and because Clover isn't here, we'll have to make do.
A look crosses Don's face. What have I done?
All right. All right, this is going to be a 3-card challenge.
Oh, okay.
Quigley, can you back me up on this one, buddy old pal?
Not mechanically.
Hand on shoulder. Your moral support is still appreciated.
Oh, yes, I can do that. Give me just a second.
Quigley, actually, could you handle this? I don't really want to bum them out.
All right, I will do my best. I'm going to need you to make sound effects, though. Are you prepared
Okay.
in our presentation?
Absolutely.
All right.
I've been preparing my entire life to make sounds. She
I'm glad.
opens her mouth.
Does any sound come out?
No, she's waiting.
All right.
All right, this is a 3-card challenge then.
Okay, while Dawn stands on the deck, mouth agape, staring into space as the unofficial captain quickly rounds up some of the available bees and sets up a chalkboard.
All right, if you fail, you will have a challenge cache for going into the dark, because while they will know what they are going to face, they will be terrified by it. And if you succeed, you'll have a cache of your own, because they will be informed and not daunted.
I'm using In a Pickle, my always
Okay.
RP ability. Okay, I'm ready.
All right, ready to
I'm
flip?
going to assist.
Okay. And flip. I got a 10, a 6, and a 4.
I play a 4, an 8, and an ace, and with your assistance, I don't even think I need to crown that. I guess there's no reason not to crown it.
I give you a 4.
Okay, 31.
Yeah, you beat me by 11. The crew huddles up, and just as Quigley's piece of chalk hits the board, Dawn lets out a cocoon sound effect with her mouth.
Bluey!
So, Clover, you have very little trouble navigating your way through the streets. The guild house is not very far from the docks.
Also been here before.
You have been here before. After all, you hail from Bright. The guild house is pretty quiet right now. Bright isn't exactly a bothered nation at the moment. The members of the guild here have it pretty easy.
What's the guild hall like?
It is it's a building that was gifted to the guild by the Sisterhood on Bright. It is it's a building of historical importance. It is carved from several different kinds of stone, marble most prominently. It's very polished looking with arches and domes. The flooring has been replaced. It's a bit clashing. It clashes a bit with the overall aesthetic because the flooring is now wood with just carpets kind of thrown on haphazardly that don't really match.
All right. Well, I'm gonna just walk in then.
There is an older woman sitting at the front desk. You don't know if she's a receptionist, if she's in charge here. She's flipping a pen around one of her hands and just staring half-lidded at a sheet of paper.
So I'm just going to walk up pleasantly, and I'm going to say, "Hello, ma'am. My name is Clover von Krone. I am a explorer knight on official guild business, and we are going on a very dangerous journey, and we need supplies. Also, I have fresh bread."
Bread? And you need supplies?
Fresh bread.
Oh, fresh.
Just made it this morning.
This morning? Mind if I have a slice?
No, please. No, it's for you.
Oh, well, thank you, dear. What was it you said? You're a Von Krone?
Yes, maybe I shouldn't have said that out loud.
She looks you up and down and says, you're one of the crones that, abandoned her fortune, huh?
Well, I wouldn't say abandoned. I could pay you handsomely for whatever supplies you give.
Oh, no. I meant it as... Apologies. I did not mean to offend. I merely meant that you started pursuing something more important than status or money.
That is the nicest thing anyone has ever said about my family.
Well, let me take a look at the books here. I don't exactly know what you need, and this is a rather short notice. What exactly was it that you need? And this is going to be a play. The availability is going to be determined by your success. I'd say it's a 2-card play because it is very short notice.
Well, basically, we're after some missing artifacts, and we really need to go into the dark to pursue them. So anything you have would be very much appreciated.
Oh, of course, yes. Oh, mission to the dark probably takes some cold weather gear, some food, a couple heaters. Anything else?
No, that sounds great.
Great. All right, yeah. Now that's going to be the play.
I'm going to use Affluent to throw more money in her
Can
face.
Quigley just barely assist by having written...
I mean, it's not
Can
Affluent.
Quigley assist...
It's Millionaire Waltz.
That's so good.
Can Quigley assist by having written out a list of specific supplies that he gave to Clover before she left?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, she wouldn't actually know.
Yeah, that would actually be perfect.
So basically, what I would like is everything we need and more.
Oh,
almost.
Everything you need
Can we
and
get a
more.
cash?
Okay, that'll raise it to
I want a cash.
a 3-card challenge.
Oh,
I'll play your game.
I'll play your game.
Okay. If you fail, you will have just enough to do what you need to do. If you spend like any extra time in the dark, basically if you tarry at all,
We will run out of air.
if you tarry at all in the dark, you will be
Dead bodies.
dramatically short on supplies.
Yeah, but what are the chances of that happening?
Very slim. all you have to do is go to the thing and come back
Should be
without any
easy.
And not
detours.
crush your boat.
Cool.
If those stakes are agreeable,
Yes.
then I'm ready to flip.
Let it flip.
All right, flip.
I've got a 4, a 10, and a queen.
All right, and this is definitely Queen's work, so you get to crown that.
Yes, and I crown that with another 10.
Woof. Okay, so I have a 4, a 6, and an ace, and I crown that with a 2.
Speaking of twos, here's
Please.
Quigley's assistance list. A listance.
It's on the inside of my shield.
All right, so I got a grand total of 22. What did you get?
34.
Holy shit. So you beat me by about 12.
Can I say something on Quigley's list that I would like to have on hand? Since we won.
Is it lemonade?
No.
This is everything we need.
Yeah, like Quigley doesn't already have months of lemonade on his hands at all times. Bungee cables.
Oh, yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Cool.
The old woman looks the list up and down that you handed her, and she says, I think that a couple people here and there won't be missing any of this. They're just patrol ships. They don't need it. I think we could get it to you by the end of the day.
Very much appreciated, ma'am.
Nope, no problem. And thanks for the fresh bread. Means a lot.
Whatever gets me in.
All right, the supplies will be delivered to your ship. I'm just going to assume that you have your crew help with moving it. It'll probably just be another ship will arrive at the dock, and it will be transferred from ship to ship rather than moving from the guild
Clover will
warehouse.
insist that she carries the most of it.
Okay.
She doesn't want anybody to get her.
All right. Clover does most of the heavy lifting, but some of the bees get their feet moving and hopping, and they carry crates to and fro. So there's a lot of pitter-pattering going on. This'll take a couple hours. Is there anything you'd like to do in the meantime? I'd say you've got like one more chance for a vignette before you need to get hopping.
And of course, in addition to those many, many creatures you might be able to see in the dark, if you see a sky shark, tell me. Tap, tap.
Dawn does her best to make a sky shark noise. Scurry! Quickly, I don't know what sound a sky shark makes.
Nobody does! The shark snaps in his hands.
I need to sit down.
Some of the bees clap for you, and then they're like, wow, wow, and they sort of break off into their own little groups and start talking about the presentation you
Now,
did.
those were some unenthusiastic wows, but I saw the light of comprehension behind their eyes.
I think we did a good job. Your sound effect work has... You've done what? You've grown so far since trying to... I can't think of a proper verb for this. So, ventriloquism away guards when we were Scooby-Dooing underneath the catacombs with ghost sounds.
Aw, thanks. I think that means Honestly, the bar was pretty low, so any form of improvement would be a drastic one, but I appreciate it just the same.
It's been a big improvement. You're doing much better.
They didn't run away and call more guards this time. She stares over at the group of students. Don't know why they would, though.
That would be especially concerning. Can you imagine if it turned out that, like, someone we had grown to trust on our crew had, like, secretly turned out to be a pirate or something?
That would be unbelievable and would probably make me distrust people for, well, at least a few weeks. Oh, still, though. It looks like we're done on the ship. Do you want to do anything else in town? We've got some time to kill.
It's been a while since we've just hung out.
That's true. Hey, Clover! I yelled to Clover, who was loading shit onto the boat.
Oh,
She drops a giant box. Yes!
The entire boat, like, buckles a bit. Hey, why don't we go, like, hang out somewhere? You've moved enough boxes for now. While the rest of the supplies get fitted up, let's supply ourselves.
Okay. Let's go to the bar.
Dawn flexes her bicep and grips it. All right, let's show these bright boys how much we can drink.
Quickly cracks his knuckles and then tips his head back and forth, cracking his neck.
All right. You all head off towards the nearest tavern.
Yes.
To get yourself a tall drink.
Yes, a tall drink.
It's bustling, actually. It sees a lot of traffic. You imagine that it's probably busy at all times. There are a couple seats on the bar for you three in particular.
Barkeep, down here.
Couple of nights, eh? What sounds good?
Quigley, you first.
What do you have in the way of mixed lemonades? Any sort of exotic berry? Anything that's not just yellow?
Oh, we've got you talking alcoholic?
Ha! No. Why would I dump poison into my lemonade? I'm no fool.
Well, I guess we just got a shipment of raspberries, so I could probably whip you up something fruity in your lemon drink.
Ooh, a raspberry lemonade.
Do you have any mint? Just like a mint leaf, just one, just a sprig.
I mean, we've got some mint growing out back. There's like weeds.
Yeah, that sounds good. Just give me like 2 sprigs of that and a raspberry lemonade.
Consider it done.
See, that's how you know it's going to be a... That's how you know it's going to be a quality drink, is when they say they're going to put some weeds in it.
Dawn smirking as her hands folded, she kind of leans in for a second. I'll take a water. On the rocks.
Water with ice.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Do you want any alcohol or...
No. Her eyes flash for a second, but I will take one of those weeds stuck in the side of the glass. It's time to celebrate.
Right. Water with ice with mint. What about you? You want, like, a milk? He turns to Clover.
Why, yes. Do you have the means to brew a chocolate milk?
He puts his face in his hands. Yeah, I do. Be right back with your drinks.
The best part of being an Explorer Knight is exploring people's patience with us.
He returns after a bit with your raspberry mint lemonade, your water with mint, and your room temperature chocolate milk.
Did you see that? Everybody was looking at us.
They must be impressed by our chastity.
And by our
Quigley
toughness.
can't talk. He's immediately downing the glass.
Anyway, yeah, no, it's been a while since we could just hang out like this. I mean, circumstances aren't the best, but we haven't had a chance to just jaw about the crew. What do you guys think of them so far?
I like them. Except for that Chancellor. He's a bad bee.
You just have to give him a chance. He's actually great at arts and crafts.
Which one is his? Quigley leans over and looks at her shield, which is just resting against the bar.
She shows him a picture of, actually it's Quigley.
Oh,
well, now I just feel bad.
And you can tell that he used rulers to draw it.
I know, and he's still fucked up. Like, look right here. Quigley points at this line. See, you can see he clearly, like, for this line, used the end of the ruler that had that little metal useless tooth on it, and then on the, like, this line over here, he flipped it and used the wooden side. Well, the spirit's there.
What's important is that he did his best.
Quigley takes out a red marker and grades the drawing with a tiny B- underneath it. And that will also be my nickname for him.
B- is get on the fridge.
you guys do so well when you play good teacher, bad teacher. I think it's what inspires them all to learn so much.
It provides a good environment for the growth of the mind.
I was going to say, I feel like if I'm bad teacher and Clover's good teacher, you're like cool TA that all the
substitute teacher. you put movies on when the teacher's gone.
Ooh, so I am the substitute. That's right. Oh man, I remember back in the academy, the 2 or 3 times we had a substitute. Those were the best days. That's a high compliment. Don suddenly taken back, putting the pieces together. Thank you.
It's like a wonderful level of uncertainty where the uncertainty just leads to more fun.
Aw,
I'm
thanks,
not sure
guys.
what that means.
Me either.
Me either.
They all sip simultaneously.
And then they like lean back really far as they sip, come forward, clink the glasses at the same time on the table. Like they just downed a shot.
Well, I'm happy to be captain for you guys and happy to be captain for this ship. This has worked out great so far. Honestly, I don't want to jinx it or anything, but well, I think we're going to go places. I think we're going to go far.
With us 3, what's the worst that can happen?
This is a pretty good adventure too. I mean, we've already got all of our unique artifacts ourselves, but I'm pretty curious to see the other ones we're gonna find. Like, what if it's like a little paper trail where we get the first one, and then we're going after the song sheet, and then who knows? Maybe there's like, wouldn't that be cool if there was like the first part of a secret treasure map hidden in the song if you deciphered it correctly? You know?
Oh, that would be excellent. And on top of that, I thought your idea of pursuing, the source of these ill-gotten artifacts was brilliant to begin with. Even if there isn't a treasure map, I feel like you've made one for us.
That is my job. Quigley, very, very contentedly. There is no lemonade left, but he sips anyway. Because he wants to look extra contented.
He just sucks on an ice cube.
I'm not sure how well I'll perform as my duties as captain coming up, but, well, I feel confident with you guys with me. So, once again, cheers! Dawn holds up her glass for another, toast or whatever.
Clink.
Clink.
They all
of the glasses
say.
are empty.
Yeah.
with empty glasses.
Clink.
How?
And Clover has a milk mustache.
Dawn upends the glass, the mint falls into her mouth, and she kind of just chews on it.
How are you holding up in captain's seat, actually? Because we sort of just thrust that on you.
I'm consistently terrified. She kind of like starts for a second, then leans back. Oh, sorry. Wow. That just came out all at once. Honestly, I'm pretty anxious about it. My default response is to kind of panic and to pretend that I don't really know what's going on, but I feel like I'm getting better at it. My determination's certainly soaring. Now we've got a job, we've got things to do. I can't afford to keep messing up, you know?
Yes.
And I feel like, thanks to you guys, the crew respects me. That I wish it didn't hinge on a well-narrated arm wrestling match, but you'd be surprised.
There's not much that a well-narrated arm wrestling match can't solve or sway.
Point well taken. I feel like I'm learning a lot on this trip, too. So, how have you guys been holding up? New positions and all that. We're not chasing cats anymore.
I actually miss the cats quite a bit. I wish we would have taken one.
That's a crime.
But that's something we could probably request. I mean, as a reward for a job well done. A ship cat.
I thought you meant as, like, supplies. Like, we need a cat immediately.
Don leans
I
forward.
did ask for everything we need. I don't know. I don't know.
Don leans forward like 100% believing it. You can just order a cat?
I mean, you can order anything. Cats do have night vision.
Okay, so when we get back from this mission, we're gonna get a ship cat. Clover, you're definitely in charge of naming it. Because, let's be honest, you're gonna be the one that winds up taking care of it.
Better suggestion. Better.
As I take care of everything.
I have a secondary suggestion on naming the cat. We mention the idea of getting the cat to all of our bees, and whoever is the best bee of the bees gets to name the cat.
Aw, that's adorable.
Oh, and we can let them take the cat to their bunk on a weekly rotation.
Oh.
It'll be like the morality cat.
Ooh, the cat that divides good from evil. Wait, I'm not following.
Just the cat walks up, just quickly rolling with his fuck up. The cat walks up to your bunk, you sit in it, you wake up just like, well, goddamn, I guess I have to be terrible today.
Well, we all have different ideas about pet ownership. Regardless, we can discuss them after we get the cat. Which we're gonna get. We're gonna get a cat.
We're gonna get a cat.
Determined.
After this first successful mission, I trust we will get a cat.
We're getting a
I want
cat.
it to be like a serval cat, like one of those really long ones.
Ooh, a long cat.
And with your resolve to get a very long cat,
Simultaneous sip from all three of them.
you all pass your time at the tavern before heading back to the ship, fully stocked and ready to dive into the dark.